Two. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. And we are so happy to do this. And we don't get the chance to do it every year, but we do today to get Steve Wolfe and Heather Reed into the building at the same time with Mark Bertig here this morning. And our Teddy Bear Fund Drive presentation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm, Best of Indiana County Contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. I know who the guys are. Everybody will recognize those voices. I don't know whose voice that is coming out of Heather Reed today.
I'm sorry, Todd. I'm going to do my best over here. I sound like a frog this morning.
She came in and she said, I'm going to keep my talking to a minimum. I'll let you guys run with that one.
Well, Andy Hart on our affiliate Cat Country 106.3 is struggling a little bit in that regard. So maybe you can do co-hosting this morning.
There you go.
We could go make tea together maybe later on.
There you go. Mark, this is, one of our favorite moments of the entire year when we get to wrap up, if you will, the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. And we do so again this year. And this thing is a 365-day-a-year effort anyway, because we know already that there are folks raising money for next year's Teddy Bear Fund Drive. But this year's was really nice, very special.
It was. Our wrap-up, actually, the way the cycle works, January 31st is when we kind of cut off the donations for that year. And I guess fortunately or unfortunately, there were a couple of donations. Indiana High School comes to mind, and our 3-for-3 contest that came in after that. So as a result, the 46th is off to a good start. We're over $12,000 already.
That's awesome.
But no, it was good. As we come out of the pandemic, there have been challenges in many ways, and including for charities, and we're no exception with our main charitable arm, the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. We of course lost the wonderful B.E. Taylor holiday concert. We've been looking to replace that because that was a huge chunk. And last week I had some conversations with Fisher Auditorium about something that we were working on, and we'll see how that goes as we move on down the line. But we work hard at it. I'd like to bring back the spaghetti dinner, which was something we did prior to the pandemic in cooperation with the cafeteria. But there are so many wonderful events. Even when was it, Todd? Time goes by so fast. A month or so ago, we had the Teddy Bear Fund Drive Baseball Classic. Sure. Between Homer Center and West Shamokin and River Valley were involved in that. And then just a fun night at the Eagles. I'm surprised we didn't have, a
Trivia.
Team from Steve Wolfe and Heather Reed, a table of brain power, that they would have walked away with that prize.
We need to get Dan Clark. He's big into trivia.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He and his family, they do a lot of trivia.
Josh Whittison is vacationing this week, but he does a marvelous job with that at the Eagles Club every year. It's just so much fun. So we raised $2,000-3,000 at that event. So yeah, we're off and running. We finally got the credit card portal set up so folks can make donations to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive online now using their credit card. So we think that's going to be huge. So yeah, the effort never stops. The main effort obviously is in the fall with the school kids and all, and leading up till Christmas. And we have the big week down at the 700 shop, which I think raised over $20,000 this year.
Yeah. A lot of folks doing a lot of great things for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive to benefit the Indiana Regional Medical Center and all of the pediatric care that is offered there, and Children's Hospital and their free care fund. It's something that has been done since 1979.
We just sent the check to the Free Care Fund at Children's yesterday, and so yeah, they do wonderful work. And some I think Steve would be the first to admit some of the things that can't be done locally. Those most severe cases, are going to go down to Pittsburgh, and world renowned, one of the finest really in the world. What they do down in Pittsburgh, and I don't know how many years the newer facility is been there now, but I've been there, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a teamwork thing with the Indiana Regional Medical Center. Pediatric care, Steve Wolfe, I know, is very, very important to you and to everybody at IRMC.
Yeah, we just are humbled, not by just the incredible work that Renda Broadcasting does. I mean, we see the effort that you guys put in physically, moving things around to be at events, and just all the planning and just executing the activities. I mean, it's humbling to see the passion that you guys have for this, and just the legendary, commitment over decades and millions being raised. And so we're really humbled to be part of this. To me, the best part of it is to see kids giving to others in a world that seems to be just about what else can I get for myself. I mean, it really teaches people at a young age that they're able to find joy in giving to others, because I think we all know that's really where joy is. So.
Yeah, and that's such a big part of the Teddy Bear Fund Drive is the efforts of school children all across Indiana County and even beyond Indiana County. Heather, your kids have been involved in that. You were involved in that.
I was
when you
involved
were
in
a kid.
that back in the day. Marion Center Student Council, I remember raising money myself. And now, it's come full circle. All three of my kids have been involved, at the high school and junior high level, raising money for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. So raising up this next generation of philanthropy is really important. Echoing Steve's comments, it's a digital world where a lot of effort on me, but seeing all these school kids come together, and Mark Bertig always says it's about kids giving to kids, and that's where the history lies with the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. And so I think continuing that mission and bringing up these kids to learn what it means to give back to their own community and why that's important, that's what we talk about so much.
Yeah, well, and you're a mom whose kids have used the Indiana Regional Medical Center's child care services quite often. You're a dad, and your kids, of course, throughout their lives have had to use and have had the privilege of using IRMC's child care services. So you look at it from that angle as well.
Absolutely. The Facebook memories pop up for those of you that do Facebook, and I'm reminded of how often we've had to use our own ER through the years for various things. So, the money that comes in doesn't just go to certain areas. We serve kids at so many different touch points, and that includes the lab. We always have needed devices. We've talked about the pediatric vein finders in the past. There are so many touch points that we serve pediatric patients, and the ER is a big one for the Reed family, unfortunately, through the years. So, we continue to be grateful that we receive that care. And, as we've shared, I've ridden in the Life Flight helicopter. We've gone to Children's, when Joshua had his accident. So the fluidity between IRMC and Children's, it saved my kid's leg, and, he's back into athletics, and, he was in here for the PIAA state swim championship title. So, we're a walking, living testament to IRMC and Children's.
Yeah, and Steve, we need to probably spend a little bit of time talking about the professionals who are the staffers at IRMC who work in pediatric care, because it is such an important part of the care package. It's not equipment, it's not facilities, as much as it is about the people.
Yeah, well, thanks, Todd, for pointing that out. Certainly proud of our pediatricians. I have a long-standing tenure in the community. Just had a visit from Dr. Twall last week, who was a long-standing pediatrician who's retired now, residing in California. But to see Tina Lubold and Dr. Valia and the Jabbers, we were really blessed with really great pediatricians. I believe 28 hospitals have stopped obstetric services across the state. With the closure of Elk County, the neonatal, or the OB, I think there's 7 counties north of 80 that don't have an OB right now.
Wow.
So there's real crisis. We're real blessed to be able to do that. Obviously, those standing in the ER, as we've already talked about. And, fortunately for parents, 95% of pediatrics is an outpatient. So we really treat a lot of that on the outpatient side. And, have a lot of great staff, nurses, and other technicians and specialists that are standing ready to care for those kids. And so that really is a good thing. And obviously the world that we're living in, we see the behavioral health, as a real issue in our community and across the world. And so the fact that we're going to have an adolescent unit is really very unique for a community this size, and I think will make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark Bertig, if you would like to step forward once more and make this presentation.
Sure. It gives us pleasure to present a check this year in the amount of $50,523 to the IRMC Foundation on behalf of the multiple efforts. I was just looking behind you. I was going to try to trip my way over to get the teddy bear behind you, Todd, because Luxembourg's Jewelers every year they come up with a different themed teddy bears. So that's
That's the 22
That's the 2022 version.
Yeah.
So they are probably already on order, if I know Jeff Widdison. So this is something we make available during the Christmas season, and folks are very happy to donate $20 or so to get people are collecting them now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they have a whole family.
And I heard you mention the various pediatricians. I want to send get well wishes out to Dr. Amina Jabber, who suffered a little fall, so she had wonderful care from what I understand at IRMC. So we wish her the very best. Rizwan and Amina, two of the great pediatricians that Steve had mentioned, and we're blessed with many.
Even the people who take care of kids have to get taken care of every once.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're already going with the 46th drive. I was just thinking, I'm getting older. Like to make it to the 50th. That would be pretty special. we got to get 46, 47, 48, and 49 before I could worry about that. But we're looking for ways. If people have ideas, you want to get involved, give us a call. It's maybe that in between period right now, but we're always open to ideas to raise money for the Free Care Fund at Children's Hospital, and of course IRMC, where we keep 90% of the funds right here, unless somebody dictates otherwise. It's making those donations. So,
well, Heather, I know that it's a very special moment when this happens, and when we make this check presentation, and the fact that, as Mark said, it goes on, and people are already working on the next Teddy Bear Fund Drive. It's a very, very special thing.
It is the nature of fundraising, right? And we say every year, the staff here at Renda, you guys are boundless amounts of energy. I think the community is so fortunate to have the entire Renda family, led by Mark. But your staff, we recognize that your staff give up lots of hours to put on the fundraisers. We know, Mark, you are down there at the baseball fields for all of that. So we're grateful for the many hours that, the Renda family in itself donates. But we also know the community. We've seen what happens that week that you guys are live at the 700 shop. We see volunteers come out from all the different businesses and organizations. So, this isn't just a small effort. It's a whole community. And we're really fortunate to have so many businesses that send employees, they send checks, they sponsor year after year. So we just want to make sure we recognize this whole community, because it's not just a few of us that help and put this on. We're grateful for the leadership here, but, this is a whole community effort, the whole community making sure our kids are cared for whenever they need that care.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on what Heather said. I think during the back-to-back weeks where we had the Teddy Bear Fund Drive baseball games and the trivia night at the Eagles, we had 15 employees that, had their fingerprints on those events, giving up time on a Saturday, and in the case of trivia night on a Friday night. So I am grateful to our team for the buy-in. We always say, let's be good community teammates. It's part of our role with the 4 radio stations and Renda Media overall, all the way to Pittsburgh. And Tony Renda, he stresses the importance of being involved in our communities that we mutually serve, really. So it's our honor.
Well, we appreciate it.
Steve Wolfe has a radio mind. I just saw him checking his watch, and he knows the bottom of the hour is coming up. But Steve, we want to thank you for coming by to be a part of this, and we want to thank you and everybody at IRMC for the continuing commitment to caring for kids.
I just want to say this is meaningful. It's an incredibly difficult time in healthcare right now, financially, for all hospitals across the country. We were in senior team yesterday. The capital budget is probably half of what we need for every request. And year after year, we see pediatrics, OB, outpatient services taking care of kids. They're able to get capital equipment improvements because this fund. And while other departments stand in line and wait for maybe the next year. So it's really meaningful, and we thank you.
Well, we are so grateful to be able to do something like this. And just while you're here with the new mental health facility, that will have a very special meaning for children in our community as well, the mental health facility in Indiana County.
Absolutely. I mean, the adolescent unit, I think, will be very unique, and unfortunately, a real need in our community. And I know that we're recognizing Renda for their commitment there, and maybe Heather's best to talk about that.
We're super excited. We want to share the great news. We are honoring the Renda Broadcasting family through a donation. We will be naming the adolescent therapy space in the behavioral health building in honor of Renda. And there are so many, many, many years of support through the years. So we are excited. We'll have an official recognition at the groundbreaking ceremony, and we'll hope you guys are a part of that to see your name displayed. But that is it's a great honor. You guys, I can't think of a better way to just say thank you and appreciate what you guys have done through the years for the hospital. And, there is no greater need at this moment in history than what we're going to do with the Behavioral Health Project.
Wow, and that's awesome, and we're humbled with that. I know just riding by and watching the construction on a weekly basis, it's been amazing to see that center come together, and so thank you. I don't think anybody involved in any charity, raises funds for that reason, but it is humbling that you think of us in that way. And I was looking yesterday just through the years. We're up to about $3.5 million now that we've raised. So how do we get to 4 quickly, right? We've got to amp up those efforts. But thank you very much, Heather.
We're honored, Mark.
Heather Reed, Steve Wolfe, Mark Bertig, thank you all for coming to visit this morning. What a special time.
Thanks, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. 29 minutes after 8. Jake in the newsroom coming up.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research